opponent. 1 life. Oh my god, we squeaked that out. Hello, beautiful people. I am Supreme Verdicts, a practicing attorney by day and a magic strategist by night. After a long day working on the rule of law, I come home to master the laws of magic. As you can see today, we're going to be queuing up an Aetherdrift draft because brawl cards are expensive. It is hard to craft everything that we need within the rares and the mythics, so I like to use draft in order to fill out my collection a little bit and make sure that we have plenty of wild cards when that vault fills up. Let's look here. This is a decent pack. We've got Market Back Walker. Cool card. Certainly okay. But it's not like a first pick kind of card, you know? Roadside Blowout is very, very good. Hellish, just removal spell. Hellish Sideswipe, removal spell. Road Rage, removal spell. Fang Guardian, good trick. Solid all around. The white cards leave a little bit to be desired, but there's some good blue cards in this pack. The black cards are middling, but not bad actively, and the green cards are okay. Red cards are fine. I think we go with the Roadside Blowout here, with the hopes of wheeling one of these later good blue cards. Is this the best card in the pack? It's certainly not. Yeah, certainly up there. It's probably between Roadside Blowout and I'd say Fang Guardian. Market Back Walker's good. It's just, it's not what we immediately want. Wow, there's another Fang Guardian. Maybe pulling us in that direction. Roadside Assistance, what does this do? Create a 1/1 and +1/+1 lifelink. Okay. It's not amazing. I think the Fang Guardian here is the best card in the pack, and so we're going to stay open and just go ahead with that. Spell Pierce, not bad in this format, but it's not great. It's usually a bad card in Limited. Here it's moderately better because of all the vehicles. Collision Course, good. I don't like that it's sorcery speed, but 2 mana destroy target artifact is pretty sweet, especially because we can destroy creatures as well. That's the most important part of it. I think we'll go with the Fang Guardian here. Worst case scenario, if somehow that wheels from the previous pack, we can stick with that. Or get the Velo Heart from the last pack, which is effectively a manalith, taps for mana of any color. Excuse me. Nice, we have a Greenbelt Guardian here. This is a pretty good 2-drop. It just gets bigger. A lot of these exhaust cards are pretty solid. You'll have to excuse me, it's a little early in the morning here, trying to get a draft in before I start my day. I like Bounce Off a lot too. Decent tempo play. Not a removal spell, notably. Only removal if you play it on a token. And I think Greenbelt Guardian is going to be the best card in this pack. We see another Sky Streak Engineer though. This is not bad. Again, the exhaust creatures are just pretty decent. A couple of good black tricks. Pell to the Metal is, well, it's going to kill you some games, but it's not incredible otherwise. And again, bad white, another just kind of stinky green card. We'll play this green, hope one of the black or blue wheel. We'll see what we kind of fall into. There's a case to picking some of these dual lands early on as well, but I don't think we're quite there yet. This is not a great pack. Broadcast Rambler is good, and so is the Leonin Surveyor, but we haven't seen good white otherwise, so we know there's nothing great coming ahead. Full Throttle was a fun pickup last draft, but it didn't even make our deck. I don't think it's great. Kickoff Celebrations is not bad, but it's not good either. The best card in this pack is probably going to be Broadcast Rambler, just because it's big, makes a 1/1 that crews it automatically. But it's in contention with Bounce Off, and I could see Bounce Off being one of the better cards. That's currently within our range, so we'll go ahead and grab it. Well, there's a temptation to go for Broadside Rambler in case we really pivot. Wow, Thundering Broodwagon is an incredible card. It's just really good. So is Migrating Ketradon. Unswerving Sloth is also interesting. Whenever it attacks while saddled, it gains indestructible until end of turn and untap all creatures you control. I really would have loved to see some of that tapping mechanic from Lost Caverns of Ixalan in this set. That would have been cool. Like when this creature is tapped, Surveil 2 or something ridiculous. LCI had a lot of that, and I think that works really well with mounts and vehicles. I'm curious to see if there's any standard decks that take care of that. I want the Broodwagon. We have not seen good black cards at all, though, which makes me want to take the Ketradon and just continue cutting off green a little bit. Maybe we can carve out a little blue-black situation for us, or blue-green for us. Although we have not seen great blue since our first pack. Meanwhile, Embalmed Descendant is a really good black-white card. Completely off of our colors. Maybe I should have taken the black-green card. We just haven't seen any good white. Does this deck want a Midnight Mangler or a Spectral Interference? We want our Spectral Interference. I like that kind of card more. This pack's not great. Gearseeker Serpent can be really good. I don't think this is the deck for it. We have no artifacts yet. Risky Shortcuts, okay if you need the card draw. This is just playable removal. We can play it in any of our decks, no matter what colors we end up in. This would have been a great pack for us to have picked up just some dual colored land, but we'll stick with Scrap Compactor, see what we get to. Nice. Trip Up is a good pickup here. Of course, there's a Thornwood Falls here as well. And Cloudspire Captain's actually not bad. One of the first good white cards that we're seeing. It's unfortunate. Fishcar Raceway. I like the Thornwood Falls a lot. I think Trip Up is more important here if we are kind of going in this blue-green direction. We haven't had anything pulling us into another color. Best card in this pack, probably one of these three. Trip Up maybe in second or third place. There's that other Spectral Interference, but we'll go ahead and grab this Sky Streak Engineer. This is our first pack wheeling. We did not notably, we did actually both of these blue cards wheeled. There was one more blue card if I recalled correctly. But we'll go ahead for the Sky Streak, because we already have the one for Spectral Interference. Nothing great here. I don't see us currently splashing blue or white or black. Is Gibberick Omnivore better than the Howler's Heavy? I kind of like this tempo-y green start that we have. Let's go for Gibberick Omnivore on the off chance we get that uncommon green card. Alright, nothing great. It's an interesting trick. When it enters, untap, enchanted permanent, +1/+2, and reach. I do like the reach aspect, but we'll go ahead and grab a Spell Pierce. I'm curious to see how that plays out in here. Ooh, well, I don't think we're going to play Point the Way. So we're going to grab that for the rare collection. Nice, we got a Howler's Heavy anyway. That's okay. We're looking for some blue-green payoffs. That's not bad. Thopter Fabricator. Do we have ways? We do have Howler's Heavy as a cycler, and Trip Up as a cycler, and Roadside Blowout that draws a card. Nice. We have a couple of ways of drawing cards so far, so I think we are going to go with Thopter Fabricator here. Notably, Beast Rider Vanguard is also decent in our colors, although Haunt the Network is probably the best card in this pack. If we don't have a lot of green, we could speculate on this, but I think it's better to just keep kind of cutting this blue. If there is a blue-black deck going out there. Do we have any other artifacts? We have one artifact, the Scrap Compactor. There's also a Packed Terror in this pack. Maybe we send the signal that black's really open. I don't think that really works, though. That's not exactly how Magic plays out. Wow, Earth Rumbler is fantastic. So is the Sabotage Strategist, though. We are a lot heavier blue than green at the moment. Jungle Hollow here also if we wanted to splash the Haunt the Network. I think we'll go with the Sabotage Strategist. Mimeoplasm is also pretty cool. Oh man. Alright, the decisions are getting a little bit harder. I'm liking a lot of the blue cards that we're picking up. We have not gotten a clear signal. That's a cool one. I think we're going to go for the Sabotage Strategist. It's a great card in this kind of stalling the game deck, hoping for the Earth Rumbler, Sky Streak, even the Jungle Hollow or Mimeoplasm to wheel. We'll see if we can get there. None of these are great. Voyage Home could be fun, but again, we just don't have the artifacts for it. We're not in an artifact deck at the moment. Guidelight Optimizer is not bad though, and while it is, yes, add mana for artifact spells, the mana can also be used for some of our exhaust. Scrap Compactor, Sky Streak, Greenbelt Guardian, Force Cycling, Howler's Heavy, Sabotage Strategist. Yeah, I think that's the way to go right now. I also do want another 2-drop for the moment, just to fill in the curve a little bit nicer. And of course now we're stalled out a bit in terms of timing. Let's see here. Memory Guardian, very good card. We just don't have the artifacts. This is not a good pack for us. Yeah, we're at 3 total artifacts at the moment. Or do we start moving into this? This is a really good card. And it's certainly better than the Howler's Heavy. Okay, maybe there's a place for us in artifacts. We'll be able to see if the Haunt the Network wheels. Worst case, we can always throw this pick out. We want to speculate on the fact that we have seen a couple blue-green lands. We didn't see them on the comeback, so I think someone might be drafting 5-color. But we also haven't seen any of our uncommons. We only have our 4 green cards, and that's what we started with. There's a chance we go into another color here from blue. So let's just continue focusing on taking good blue cards so that we can pivot into whatever we get that's bombing incredible. I like Kaelorna here over another Spectral Interference just because she's so big. I don't know what can get past her. Just an 08. Only the 9/7 uncommon, I feel like, can get through this. It's just like all of our exhaust creatures. I guess she doesn't have flying, but still. Feel like this is an okay pickup. And yeah, we're no longer really looking at green. Kind of willing to take anything. Blue-red. This isn't really in the blue-red archetype. We can take this blue-white land and speculate, because I don't think Skyseer's Chariot's really good. And I like the Seeker Serpent. It's just we're still low on artifacts, and this is not one of the good artifact payoffs. Neither of these are great in our deck, so we'll go ahead and speculate a little bit. Yeah, again, not much that's particularly good, so we'll take another bounce off. It's a shame, I really liked some of our green cards. I just like Migrating Ketrodon, who am I kidding? It's so big. 6 mana, 6/6, gain 4, reach. Oh, baby. We'll get another bounce off. We're getting more into the tempo space. Thunderhead Gunner's not bad. Neither is Hazard of the Dunes. And Voyager Quick Welder, if we wanted to go into this blue-white direction. White has been open. Although the black, if we could pick up that Haunt the Network, blue-black will have been the direction. I think this was the Haunt the Network pack though, or no, this was our first pack. So we'll get back the Sky Streak Engineer, which isn't bad. That's what we were thinking about getting back. It's because there weren't a lot of great options. It looks like we're kind of mono blue at the moment. Waiting to find out what else to go with. Unfortunate. We did not get back the Haunt the Network. Makes sense. It's a great card. The stall out's probably not great. This draft has been difficult. I don't even know what to go with here. I guess we'll get the Deathless Pilot. We have Wreckage Wicker Folk. We have some green cards. Let's go with Camera Launcher. We have a good Exhaust Shell. Exhaust Tempo-y, which I would love to pair with green, because that is one of the colors that's good with that. However, we just do not currently have what we need otherwise. Oh, baby. This card's crazy. Run over is also good interaction, and we have some good blue tempo-y interaction, but not great. I like the Spike Shell Harrier a lot, though, and that kind of continues with this mono-blue direction we're taking this in. I just don't know how we finish the game. Draconautics Engineer is also fantastic, but it takes us completely into red. Where did we go wrong? What? We haven't gone wrong. We still have the full pack 3. We just don't know what color we're pairing this with yet. We haven't gotten anything... You know, I guess we're blue-white. Just kind of go for it. Full in. How many artifacts are we at this point? We're at 7 minus 1, 6. Okay, I think we can go for that. Light, heavy mono blue, splashing white, tempo-y deck. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. We're at 17 right now. And we can always get like the Howler's Heavy on the way back, just to continue with our cycling cards. Nesting Bot is okay here. Okay, but then we get like Autarch Mammoth. And that's just, again, so good. Oh my god, I can't make a decision. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Crypt Culture, it's also really great. That Thunderhead Gunner we've now seen a couple of. Okay, no, we're gonna be Bant Nonsense, I've decided. Bant Nonsense Splashing Black. Dang, that pushed the limit. Had that been pack 1, I don't think we can splash black. Yeah, it's just not gonna work out. So we'll grab this Flood the Engine. We could get the starting column if that is something we're trying to go for. Pothole Mole also not a bad pickup, but I like this kind of mono blue direction. Hazard of the Dunes, you know how much I love, although there's a Spin Out, which is pretty good permanent removal, and we don't have much of that. We don't have much of that at all. Here we go. Another bounce off. Let's go ahead and grab this Fang Guardian. Yeah, right? Okay, now we get a couple of the green cards. Oh, man. Oh, man. Is the green-white a better card here, though? I think it might be. Is that crazy? Do we have any good ways of giving this evasion? Not really. Yeah, let's go with the green-white. And another blue-white. Now, here's the land. I do like the land. We're going crazy, though. We'll see if we can pick up the fixing on the wheel. Gearseeker Serpent is looking a lot better now, but I still like the Skystreak Engineer. I think we're just going to be some flyers. We'll tempo, get rid of their flying blockers, and beat them down in the air. Aether Jacket's playable. I don't even know if we need that, though. Yeah, we got a lot of cards at this point. I like this white splash for Voyage Home. And for Veteran Beast Rider. Don't think we're playing that, don't think we're playing that. I don't even know if we're going to play the Greenbelt Guardian. Probably will. It's pretty good. Gives trample too. That's a good way to force our way through a bit. I don't think we want these white cards. They're just not strong enough, but we also have more than enough playables. Let's grab the starting column just in case. Okay. This was a weird draft. Mono blue, and then we're just doing a double splash there. I don't like splashing kind of with these bigger value cards, but alright. Let's see what absolute mess this recommends for us lands-wise. Yeah, it's like straight up Bant. I don't mind the stall out here, actually, because we can just go very tempo-y. How many artifacts do we currently have? We have 7. Is that good enough for the voyage home? And that's including the Aether Jacket and the camera launcher, both of which are just kind of worse cards. What if we got rid of the voyage home? Got rid of these kind of middling cards. We still have a decent shell for a blue-green kind of tempo-y deck that focuses on our flyers and some of our positioning. Splash the Veteran Beast Rider then. Okay, I don't mind this. 26, we do need to cut. Is this good? Is it better to play the Voyage Home in this kind of like slower deck? Are we going to be able to cast these kind of top end cards? I don't think Memory Garden is good enough. And so I don't think the Voyage Homes are going to be good enough. Which means we don't need to put in random crappy artifacts. In terms of removal, we don't have any hard removal outside of maybe Flood the Engine and Trip Up Sorta. So I think Scrap Compactor does make the cut here. I don't like Stall Out. I don't think it's good. Bounce Off, I think, will save us once or twice. I think Veteran Beast Rider is just too strong of a card to get rid of. Spike Shell Harriers, just good. These 2 top end cards are both pretty decent. Anything I want to cut the Autarch Mammoth, which sounds ridiculous just because it's double green and doesn't provide. It does have an ETB, makes the 3/3. Do I get rid of Howler's Heavy? I like the trick. But maybe I don't need the trick. Maybe I don't need Kaelorna. However, if we're attacking in the air, and that's like our base plan, Kaelorna can be really good to help stop them from being able to hit us back. Howler's Heavy also goes good with Thopter Fabricator. What else goes good with Thopter Fabricator? Things that draw us cards. We have Roadside Blowout, that's 1. Cycling, it's 1.5. That's 2.5. That's it. And then 3.5. We don't have other ways of drawing cards. God, do I cut my rare? It feels so bad. That feels so bad. It's just not doing anything. It's just a 4/4 with crew 2. Okay. And I guess the Roadside Blowout still. I think I counted that already. Wow. So the alternative would have been to play the artifacts here, cut the green, and go for more of a white build that aims to get value. Is that better? Is that better if instead of having these green cards we have in Thopter Fabricator? I hate how this does that. Memory Guardian, Stall Out, then like the Voyage Homes, the Aether Jacket, and what, the camera launcher? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's the same package, so it's really a matter of preference or how we want to build the deck. Do we want this kind of massive top end, which is okay, but not incredible, although with some good exhaust abilities? Or do we want a little bit more of a tempo-y kind of play with some card draw effects? My issue is I don't see the artifact package actually working unless we have our rare online. I think our green shell just has a little bit more push with these 2 flash creatures, and then our exhaust creatures coming in. Okay, I think this is going to be the deck. Let's go ahead and see what the lands it recommends are. Yes, but let's cut plains. Let's throw in the Tranquil Cove. That gives us 7 green sources, and we have 1, 2, how many pips? Okay, 7. 9 blue sources is good. 2 white sources. Wow, fully just relying on this plains and this Tranquil Cove for Veteran Beast Rider. It's risky, but we did not draft a great deck, so I think this is what we're going to have to go do. Preliminary verdict. With the court now in session, I think this deck is going to need to get some lucky draws. We're going to need some of our key cards early on in order to close out games. This is not an aggressive format, but if we're tricksy like this, and you know I love a good tempo deck, I think we can get there. We're just going to have to wait and see. Let's play some games. Leave a comment if you saw the open lane during that draft. Tell me where I went wrong. I'll go back and look at the 17 lands data, see if I can identify it. There was that late spin out. Maybe blue-black. We should have just grabbed the Haunt the Network when we could have. Probably should have ditched green earlier. But hey, here we are. That's how these things work. We have a 2-drop tempo play, 4-drop tempo play. Let's draw a couple lands, and I think we're good to go. I love these lands. They're so pretty. I'm still just so into them. Hello, Loud B-Hack. Do you have a 2-mana 2/2? Oh, maybe? Okay. They don't have a 2-mana 2/2. They will get to Scry, which is pretty nice. I think we're okay with trading our Greenbelt Guardian here. And maybe taking 3. Trying to decide. I think it's okay to see if they're into it. We just have such a big drop after this. And I don't want to bounce this to give him another Scry. Play a vehicle. Wow, that's terrifying. Okay. I was really hoping they'd play a vehicle there. 2 to the bottom. Opponent is going to attack, presumably. Yeah, hit me for 3. Ow. Let's have a threat of activation to turn that into a 5/5, and then play our 4/4. No stick, so I don't think they have Light Shield parry currently, which is good, because we do plan on blocking here and we don't have our protection up. But if they attack, we're probably just going to take it, since we have so many tricks. I don't think it's worth giving them that kind of free trade. We are still at 17, although potentially able to go down to 11. Opponent's more likely to just play a couple vehicles and get some pilots. Wow, that's a really good card. That one we might want to... I don't think they attack here, though. Unless they're attacking all out. Yeah, they're just going to tap and make some pilots. Opponent's doing good here. I don't know if we want to Spike Shell Harrier. We probably will. Bounce their Colodin. Set them back a little bit. Keep up some blockers. But let's see what they decide to do. They want to attack and make the treasure. You can see they love this value. Oh. There's the stick here, but it's from the pilots. Let's go ahead and take this. Yeah, didn't look like they had anything. I think here we're going to Spike Shell Harrier, bounce back the Colodon. Or do we bounce the... I just don't think bouncing the pilots is super worth it. God, call me crazy. I'm gonna attack. Keep the pressure going. We want them to be in a position where they have to start thinking about our exhaust activations. We still have a 4/4 to blank their 3/1s. I don't mind trading off the Greenbelt Guardian here because we do still have a lot to do with our mana. But opponent also has a lot of cards in hand. That top deck land was pretty nice. It also means we have a good combination of tricks and abilities next turn. Notably, Trip Up and Greenbelt's Exhaust are interchangeable mana costs. Alright, 3 mana, opponent. Vehicles become crewed automatically. Do you have something big and scary for us? Okay, Vinwix. Engines are started. They might have the roadside blowout here. Yeah, notice how there was a stick still in that first main phase. Important things to keep an eye out for. They might be waiting for us to go ahead and activate Greenbelt Guardian. I think here we just have to pass. It's not great, but we need to wait for our opponent to act so that we can get some card advantage out of it. What are you doing in this deck? Do I get rid of you? I don't even know. What am I doing? Someone let me know in the comments, what am I doing here? Maybe I should have stuck to my Commander Brawl background. I just think Draft is so good for training your magic abilities. Meat and potatoes. Nothing? They want me to activate this. Alright. Spell Pierce makes them pay 2. If they have Road Rage, we get blown out by it. I think we have to. And I can't believe it left open the green. We don't even have the option to Spell Pierce if they have 4 mana 1. Okay, Auto Tapper. And they had Road Rage anyway, so it wouldn't have helped. Makes me feel a little bit better. Still. Should that have been a situation where I play around that? Knowing that they, having called that they had the Road Rage? I'm not sure. They still have something. It's a shame that this is a sorcery. No attacks. Gotta hold off for a bit. Opponent notably did not attack and then try to Road Rage as a trick. Just tells me they're patient. A scary thing to see in an aggressive deck. Especially with... I'm sorry, I just realized they played Vinwix off of the treasure. Are they just splashing? How many Gilded Godas do they have? Huh. I don't know, but it looks like they might be trying to cast something here. Just need to be patient. We're still at 17, although their board presence is getting scary. It's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on board at the moment. If they have that board wipe, oh, that could be an interesting one. They're just casting that. Let's go ahead and counter it. Blank their turn, buy us a little bit more time. Do we cycle this? I don't think so. Especially not now, when we do have the Hazard of the Dunes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Depending on what they do, I could just trip up. I think it's going to be best here, though, to just give us another chance. I want to be more aggressive. I don't think we can. And if we can level up this Hazard of the Dunes safely, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. The issue is, if they have the removal spell in hand, we're going to be in a lot of trouble anyway. We would love to have this leveled up and then keep up Trip Up for next turn to attack. Maybe it would have been best. Were they tapped out? They were tapped out. It might have just been better to level up Hazard of the Dunes while they were tapped out. There's not too many things in red and white that could destroy it. Do I save this? I think what I do is I activate this. What do they have for 2 mana right now? They certainly don't have the exile spell. Unfortunate, but we work on it. Oh, they absolutely still had something. I was gonna say, I thought I did my math right. Okay. Opponent had double collision course. No wonder they've been holding up for a bit. Let's go ahead and attack. What do you got, opponent? Nothing? Great. We're gonna keep up our Trip Up then. Yeah, especially because Veteran Beast Rider can save us from the red-white board wipe because it deals 4 damage to everything. And so this will help blanket. Worst case, we can Trip Up our own creature, although I'd rather not. This is what I mean by tempo-y. They're being patient, they recognize that we have interaction in some form. There was a temptation to bounce the Colodin so we don't have to deal with whatever hasty creature they have, but because of Trip Up we can just kind of blow it out. And I'd rather them attack with haste. That way we can get back on the backswing. Alright, good game, Loud B-Hack. Rank up. Sure, I enjoyed the match. Alright, we're 1-0. The deck has not 0-3'd. That's important. It's good to note. It wasn't a complete failure on drafting and deck building. I'm still unsure about having that Selesnya card in there, but, you know, she played an incredible role last game. Gave us effectively a Vigilant blocker. Ooh, do we Greenbelt Guardian or Skystreak Engineer first? It's a good question. I mean, makes me want to Greenbelt Guardian, just because it doesn't... I guess whatever they play next turn, they can crew with it. So let's go for the Engineer. Next turn we'll be able to Guardian. Turn after that we can hold up Fang Guardian and disguise it as Greenbelt. They are playing some big chonkers. We're going to take a few hits. Yep. Crew. Attack. No blocks. We're going to go ahead and attack because I don't think we want to trade quite yet. They are playing an aggressive deck, but I'm hoping we can stabilize with our Fang Guardian and blow them out. Stamping Scurryfoot. Good card. It's a common, it's a 1 mana 1/1, but realistically it's a 5 mana 2/2 and 3/3. But that's pretty good. Too many of them I think isn't great because it still is a 1 mana 1/1. It's a low impact play. Okay. Opponent's using removal spell early. What's their plan here? Alright, +2/+2 will let us. We have Howler's Heavy up, but most importantly we have Fang Guardian. Yeah, they can Stampeding Scurryfoot. Are they going to attack now? Let's go ahead and pop this down. I think we take the 3 again. Yeah. And just take out their Loxodon Surveyor. They can get to max speed. It's not a huge deal. They get to draw a card or something. Now we can put a couple of 1/1 counters on this, or flash out another Fan Guardian, both of which seem very good. Fan Guardian's probably the way to go, just because it's 2 for 1 more so, but maybe we can stop them from attacking a bit. Or at least slow it down. But let's see if opponent drew their next removal spell. Is Collision Course good? I feel like there haven't been enough like tokens or creatures to make this work well. So what's going to be best here? Yes, +2/+2. Sure. I think it's best to play this, hump that up, trade, and then next turn Autarch Mammoth, and they can't really do too much. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm kind of tired of that vehicle. Now, by doing this, they're going to be left with 2 creatures on the battlefield, and then next turn we untap and we play 2 creatures. I'd rather not have to trade them off, but we are starting to take a little bit of damage. We're at 8. Yeah, I attack. Let's start beating down a little bit. They have been drawing some cards. That last turn was very mana efficient for them. Card efficient, I should say. But they're starting with another draw, which tells me that they haven't been drawing well. Yeah, maybe just some lower impact creatures. If they can't attack this turn... Oh, beautiful. I was gonna say, what 1 mana... 1 mana in white. +2/+2, right? 1 mana in green. Collision Course? No. What 1 mana card do they have? Plow Through. Okay. That was pretty good, opponent. That was pretty good. You're a little late, but that's okay. I think we just kind of go for this and just start beating. You know, I didn't mean to attack with all, but hey, that's how it goes. That's completely my bad. That's pretty good. 5 mana, they can start. Okay. Gain a couple life. Opponent does not attack. Crazy. Let's try to blow them out a little bit. They do have the 4/2. It's crew 2, so they can make it a 4/2 to try to trade with that, and then I can cycle and make it smaller, and if they double block, you know what, that's still an okay exchange. We're running low on cards, but we're doing okay. Sure. I do not mind letting them have that. We'll go ahead and play out the Guidelight Optimizer, holding up either Trip Up or Howler's Heavy. Notably, the Guidelight Optimizer can trade with either of these. I don't feel too bad about letting them have. They're trading effectively a creature for 3 mana and a card. Now here's great. Look at the top 3, and they can reveal one of them. Would you like to reveal this one? I guess a way doesn't. Hey, when there's a will, there's a way. Good game. Drafting is only half of the format. Good gameplay and being able to make do with the crappy cards you drafted, That's where I can really shine. Wow, we've had Greenbelt Guardian onto every game. This is great. Unfortunately, we are going second, which isn't as fun. Makes me wonder if I want to hold up Spell Pierce. Probably not. I think this is going to be better as a protection spell. I think one of the places that we're lacking, if anything, in this deck would be like that 1 green mana hexproof. I think would really make this deck sing. Oh man, they're already on their multi-attack kind of game plan. Let's go ahead and Skystreak Engineer on the off chance they... because they're most likely going to play something on the ground that can block well. So this way we can start chipping in the air. Put a little bit of pressure on them. Nope, I stand corrected. Alrighty. Well, opponent. In that case, I will play another attacking creature. Oops, they can tell we have bounce off. They're now looking to see what's giving them priority. May have given that away. So it looks like they're base green-white, splashing black. A lot of good black cards in this deck, so I cannot blame them for that. Now, unfortunately, we need to be saving these tricks. We'll go ahead and bounce that. Waste of a removal spell, set them back a turn. It's pretty decent, I think. Get in some damage. Sure. If they have another removal spell, they're gonna have to use it on our now 5/5. We're a bit shields down this turn, but that's okay. Do they attack is part of the real question. They don't. Wow. God, we're good at Magic. We don't have the mana for this, so we'll go ahead and just swing here. Opponent. Let's go ahead and get rid of their 2/2. Maximum Overdrive? Nope. Opponent just taking the 2-for-1s wherever I can give it to them. That's unfortunate. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yep. Okay. Don't think we bounce that. I do think we play this. Let's be mana efficient. No attacks. Good stabilizing piece for the opponent. We are missing land drops, which is brutal. Oh no, what are they gonna get? I guess they have that in the graveyard, yeah. It's pretty nice. Alright, we've hit a board stall. Back at 20. Opponent? This is not a good idea. Yeah. We're still not there. I can make that big. Or I can play this and hold up, what, Spell Pierce and bounce off? No, let's not play Kael'Orna yet. I know I should be adding to the board. I always say I need to be adding to the board. But I think it's going to be better to just make our Skystreak Engineer bigger. I think that makes their bite effects worse, and then they can only rely on their white removal spells. Which, if they do have a collision course, maybe that's something to take into account. To start exhausting for the collision courses. The 2/4 is kind of annoying. Okay, let's go ahead and play Kael'Orna out. And we'll pass. No attacks. That's pretty good. Nice. Let's go ahead and Autarch Mammoth. They have 1 card. Yeah, this is the Veteran Beast Rider holding priority, most likely. So by getting down the Autarch Mammoth, we're now in a much stronger position. They still can't really attack, and it's less likely that they've drawn something good. Yeah, there's another land. Are they holding a card, or have they just been holding a land this whole time? Wow. I want to block with the Kaorna, but there's a good chance they actually drew something, so we're going to go no blocks. There's no need for us to fall into a trick of theirs. Worst case scenario, actually, they just pump Beast Rider Veteran Beast Rider twice. Wow. Some good cards here. We could attack. I think it's best for us to hold back. Mostly because I think they're going to go for that again. This might be giving them an extra turn, but I want them to kind of try to make that kind of play. So now here's the question. Do we want to block the Migrating Ketrodon and then kill it? Or is it going to be better for us to bounce off the Veteran Beast? I think it's best. Yeah, let's go ahead and play this. 6, 7, 8. That's going to be 4. Plus 5 is going to be 9. That is plenty. We'll get a clean trade, but that's okay. Maybe they have a reanimation spell in hand. That's fine. And that's all? Okay, opponent. Yeah, my turn. Let's go ahead and flood the engine. I guess that's all they had. I should have done it 2 turns ago. Good game, Darkin 3. Rank up again. We're burning our way through upper bronze with this deck. Alright, we'll keep the train going. You know, I thought this wasn't good. Opponent proved why Veteran Beast Rider can be such a powerful card. Let's just keep going. 3-0. The push to limit, we saw it in pack 3. It's the 5 and 2 red. It's like animate all vehicles from your graveyard, put them onto the battlefield. They become artifact creatures until the end of turn and gain haste. That is a crazy deck, and you can build it in your cycling deck. It can be really fun, really powerful. This can't be a good hand. But we'll draw green. And we do have 2 2-mana plays. Melpomene will give us a chance, and mulliganed. So a little bit of a better chance for us, maybe? Unless they're playing some crazy 5-color deck, and now they're going to have their colors and just demolish us in the late game. Give us a chance to draw our green, because we do have double green cards in here. 2 of them, in fact. Yeah, I've heard good things about that card. Let's go ahead and play the Sky Streak Engineer. So we don't need the mana for Guidelight Optimizer quite yet. I'd rather have a good blocker and a good attacker. Great. That's good to note. Don't think we attack here. But the diversion unit can counter our instants and sorceries with a sacrifice, which will be important. It makes it a lot worse for us to use it on their turns to blow out tempo plays. So on a turn before we're going to want to be using our spells like that, we will want to at least be aware. Let's go ahead and attack with our Sky Streak Engineer. Are they just going to draw a card? Maybe. opponent. I don't mind if they draw one card off of Mindspring, Merfolk. The issue's going to be if they're holding up mana, but have stuff to do with it each turn. Let's see if they have the counterspell for this. This deck would have loved a couple of diversion units. Truly. At that point, we would have gone blue-white artifacts a bit more. Wow, okay. An aggressive removal spell. That tells me they have another one in hand. We'll have to keep that in mind when they're going for things. What do you mean, oops? Now, Roadside Blowout would only work on the Mindspring here for the 1 mana. I would like to use it though for 3. I guess let's attack with Hazard of the Dunes. Nice. And we can go ahead. Draw a card. Great. Now they can counter our bounce off still, but I don't mind. Let's go ahead and set that back. Tempo play. Especially because it was countered. Boom, 7/7. All of a sudden their 5/5 is a lot worse. We know they have a 5/5, the 2 creatures. They have 1 unknown card. Doesn't seem to be great. They're going to try to double block here. We're going to blow them out. We should have attacked with the 2/1, but that's okay. Good game. Fang Guardian's just a good card, and I talked about Hazard of the Dunes last draft. It does everything you want it to do. It does everything you want it to do. Good game, opponent. We're zooming right along. We're at 4 wins, 0 losses. Admit it, you didn't think this deck was going anywhere in the draft. I'll admit it, I didn't think this deck was going anywhere in the draft. I just gotta trust, you know? At a certain point, we're still in silver. Like, the people we're playing against are probably could be first-time drafters. They could be completely new to the set, which, granted, I'm new to the set, but I do my research. I'm an attorney. I have to do my research before I do everything. I gotta feel like the smartest guy in the room. Wait, we finally have our first bad hand, though, especially on the play. This is booty. We're gonna go ahead and mulligan it. Hey, first time seeing Sabotage, but Spell Pierce is just not a great card. We'll keep this. We have all our blue. We should hopefully draw some lands. Let's go ahead. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Always be aggressive in limited. It's just, this isn't Commander. This isn't Standard where like you can build your deck to not be. When you can attack, you should probably be attacking. Oh look, it's the better version of our card. That's okay. We'll beat them when we get to 5 mana. Wow. Do we cycle for a land here? Yeah, we cycle for a land, because we need to hit our 4 drops on time. Wow. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, did that just sink us? Oh no. They played a good card too. Oh man. Oh man. Good thing we have an 08. That'll block this at least for a turn, but oh man, that was really rough. Okay. Comes in with just the extra 1/1. God, that card's so good. This works for target non-land permanent. They have 1 mana up. I guess it was crewing that, which was the big thing. God, that's so rough. I mean, I got nothing. We don't really want to kill either of these 2 because we kind of need the 6 mana here as a removal spell. So we're missing our land drops and we're falling way behind. Especially with freaking Mythic Rare turn 3. Oy. On a game we mulligan too. We need opponent to get a little unlucky for a bit. I said a little unlucky. What is this? They can't crew it currently, but oh my god. Are you kidding me? Do I just burn this on that so they can't completely beat us down? That's a 10-9. We can't even block it with our 08. Wow. Do I just have to cycle this? If I cycle this, we lose. We're taking 10. Maybe opponent doesn't know how to play Magic. There's always a chance. Alright, variants. You've played your games, you've had your fun. Yeah, they get their Demonic Tutor out. 2 commons, and then Mythic Rare, and 2 uncommons. We've got our 1 uncommon. We have 3 uncommons in hand. Yep. I think that's too late, isn't it? Good game. If it was like a bounce off or something, maybe we could make them replay. If we had bounce off Spell Pierce, ironically, one of the cards we bottomed, we'd be able to potentially make them try to recast it and then counter it on the way back down. That just... oh man. Those 3 turns without drawing a land we needed after mulliganing to get lands. That was rough. That was rough. We'll throw it back in the queue. You know, shake it off, shake it off. No tilt here. I am so sorry, folks. That was brutal. We had a good hand. And this came right after we couldn't draw any lands in that last game, but my internet went out. Of course, the one 30-minute block today that it was supposed to rain, and it knocked out both my Ethernet and my wireless, and I could not connect fast enough to get back into the game. So, Arena chalked it up to us as a loss. But we are 4-2. We still have a chance. I'm a believer. We're going to get back in here, and we're going to do our best here to salvage this game. Yeah, double checking Ethernet is connected. Wireless is connected. God, I hate that. Freak incident. I've got my iPad here now just in case so I can finish the games out. And again, not a great hand. We have a double green card that we're just not going to be able to cast, and we need to draw lands, but what are we going to do? You know? We have 2-drop, and statistically we are fairly likely to draw land in the first couple of turns. Now, is there any consideration to playing out the Guidelight Optimizer here? I don't think so, because we don't have a cycling card in hand, and we don't have a cheap exhaust type creature. Wow. Opponent with their 1-drop, 2-drop curve. Glad to see them not attacking though. Alright, here's where I think we cycle the Ketradon to get the land. We should have done that earlier last game. Yeah, there we go. Still nothing. Sad to see it. Sometimes this is just how it goes with the variants. A crappy end to our fighting chance of a draft. Especially now as they crew this and they hit us in for like 6. Yeah. Ouch. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Play Kaelorna. We'll hold this back just so that they have to cast another creature in order to be able to attack us with the Brightfield Glider. Ouch. They can give Indestructible to something, lifelink, and we're just on the back foot entirely. They should have crewed it like that, but whatever. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Hopefully they manage to crew it again. We can bounce it off. Feels bad using that on a 1-drop, but there we go. Interesting, a black-white kind of aggressive leaning deck. Curious to see if we can stabilize, but we got rid of our Migrating Ketrodon, which was one of our better stabilizers. Let's see if they do anything. I don't want to take another 3 here if we can help it. We're a little desperate for another land. Alright, but it's best for us to keep our 08 versus taking 3 more. Shame, they're beating us down in the air. Really use that reach creature. But if we get another land, we can Sabotage Strategist, which will help. Help a lot. Alright, we do have the land. I almost want to just hold up Fang Guardian, though. If they keep up... Yeah, Sabotage Strategist, they can still kind of hit us, but Fang Guardian, we might be able to start killing their creatures. Now, we saw they do have tricks. Here we go. Tap out some mana. Time to start killing some things. God, I hope. We also do have enough now to just Sky Strike Engineer. I think it's best, though, to get another creature down. I mean, I know that they're just going to do it in a way that hurts us, but let's start decreasing some of the pressure. We're at 5. Not great. Hazard of the Dunes is great. I don't feel great attacking here quite yet. So we're going to hold back one more turn. Although next turn with Fang Guardian or Sabotage Strategist down, we should be able to fully stabilize. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, untap it and put a 1/1 counter on it. That can get big. Opponent, I have reach. They don't care. Opponent got a little distracted. That's okay. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. We're going to go ahead. Sorry, opponent. We need to maintain defensive position for now. I think next turn we can start attacking. Oh, okay. God, this stabilizes us, but we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we need the Fang Guardian. We might lose the hazard, but I think we need to just survive. Opponent still has this 5/4 as well. Yeah, they're gonna rely on their flyers. For now, let's get our Flying Vigilance. Let's start attacking in a way that makes me feel good. This doesn't have Menace or anything either. Yeah. Okay, Lorna can take that. I just don't want them to continuously be getting +1/+1 counters. And at some point, yes, we could start bouncing things. But we're at 5, and they were still at 23. It's ridiculous. At a certain point, we need to put pressure on them so that they have to take these decisions slower. Now, we are way behind this game. We're down on cards. We were behind on lands for a while. They have all gas in hand. And what are they getting back? The Glider or the Lotus something? No? Just Sundial? Really? That doesn't seem particularly good. Okay. Attacking with. Reading the card explains the card. No onboard tricks. Okay, opponent. I mean, yeah, that's great. Let's deal another 5 to them in the air. We can Fang Guardian or Sky Streak Engineer, and if they have a trick, which we know they have all spells in hand. 3 spells in hand now. Then we'll be able to go for something a little bigger. Pass to attackers. Nothing. Then we can pump this. They can kill it if they want. That's okay, we didn't have anything anyway. We could have tripped up our own creature. I don't think it's worth it. Oh, that's pretty good. They still don't have a great way to attack us on the ground. Let's go ahead and hit them, take it down to 10. Now, this might make them a little suspicious because now we only have 2 creatures and they're wondering what we could possibly have. That's a good card. They just want to get rid of that. This can make it 5, which is kind of a 2-turn clock, but not really. Okay, they get rid of Kaelorna. It's not great, but it's not bad. I think what we're going to do is block Dune Drifter. Yeah, we're still a little behind here. Now let's just trade some things off. This is crew 3. We'll take 4. 4 is not 1. 4 is not 5. Let's kill this. They have to have a land in hand. A creature in hand. If they have that interface 8 that lets them crew 2 things, then we're in a little bit of trouble. I think this is okay for now. They need 2 removal spells / 2 creatures. That crews. We can chump. They can only kill 1 thing here. Unless they want to now use that to crew with a 6/6? No? Okay. I think it's better to just get it off the battlefield. That's okay. They still have the Bloodghast, which is unfortunate. But, you know, we live with it. Have to apply the pressure. So now here we can trip up if they manage to get a removal spell or something like that. That's fine. Now at end step, what I can do, they're tapped out, and that's game. we'll go ahead and get back our green belt. Good game, opponent. 1 life. Oh my god, we squeaked that out. Like I said, good gameplay can overcome bad drafts. Oh my god. Sorry I got a little bit in the tank there. Just double detention chariot. God, they had such an aggressive start and we were so low on lands. Stabilized. We did it. Hey, the only point that matters. The last one. That's crazy. What a win. Alright, 5-2. That's we're officially at our previous turn that to busy before we get another notification. We're officially at what we were for the last draft. Hank CV. But now we're in silver, you know, a little bit more of the big leagues. Oh, excuse me. Okay, we've got a 2-drop. Fine. First time we see our counterspell. Opponent goes first, so it's a lot worse. Because we'll be scrabbling to get on board and they'll try to play something big. No good 3-drops, which we have a... Actually, we only have a couple 3-drops. Very heavy on the 2s and the 4s. Let's play our blue. We have our double green. All we're missing is white now. These games are complicated. They're interesting. I'm really enjoying this format so far. It's only my 2nd draft, but both between playing with the new cards and everything else. Oh, yeah, that hurts, but okay. Skystrike Engineer will take a hit for 3. We can play Tranquil Cove and hold up Spectral Interference next turn. Opponent's playing Golgari, which has some really strong top-end cards. So we'll probably want to save our kind of counterspell, but I think it's also important to just stop them from getting gross early advantage. That's such a good card. It's like impossible to block. Which, you know what, it is literally just impossible to block, so we're just gonna attack. Take 7 here. God help us. Especially if they have another trick or something. Ow. Alright, counter that. Opponent has something for 2 mana at instant speed. Lord. I just don't think we can do anything here. We're gonna have to Fang Guardian, we're gonna have to decrease pressure. They don't seem to have a lot of other exhaust abilities. The issue is they really only need 1 for this to all be worth it. Let's try to get in a double pump situation. What do they have? Maximum overdrive? They do have maximum overdrive. We're being blown out no matter what. What else could they have? +1/+2? In which case we're still kind of screwed, but I'd rather keep it safer. They plan on surveilling, which is a terrifying sign. I guess they can just... I forgot about that. But still trades. I guess that actually was a good consideration. Shephet Archfiend, who? There's a 5 or 7 mana 5/5 flying creature in black. Oh, they're Sultai? Okay. That gives all creatures -2/-2 until end of turn, but we have a bunch of 1/3s. Okay, they do have an exhaust creature. They were holding it. Smart. I think we'll trade here. We're taking a lot of damage, and next turn we can really only exhaust 1 of these. Oh boy. This can become a 6/4 at instant speed. Jeez. We're not in a good spot. Very much on the back foot. Have not drawn any of our top end kind of cards. Or stabilizer cards. Like migrating Ketrodon here would be helpful. Although still not great. Yeah. Opponent knows it. we're on the back foot. Ugh. Oh, come on, opponent. You should have known better than that. You should have let it resolve damage. Okay, at least we wasted their turn. Trying to buy a little bit more time. Let's go ahead and do this now, just in case they have something that can interact with our 3 toughness. Okay. We're just dead. That's pretty good. We're gonna hold the land in case they have a discard effect. That's pretty good. Oh man, we just dead here. Maybe. We'll find out. See, not enough pressure on the opponent in the early game. And this Afterburner Expert is just such raw card advantage here. Playing Trixie. Don't have a good way to exile that. That might just be game. Oh, because we have to block it. And it's a 6/4. I think that is just game. Do we have anything to play to our outs to? We didn't draw any of our top like cards. Migrating Ketrodon, Autarch Mammoth, Spike Shell Harrier, Hazard of the Dunes. Only one of our 2 Fang Guardians. Wow, just completely in our bottom decks. Good game, opponent. And that's the run. Sad that it got cut short with the Wi-Fi going out. I really do think that after what started off as some crappy runs, this deck was really held together by just some of the strong commons and uncommons that we were able to draft. Yeah, the curve out was fine. We had Kalorna on the ground. Our 3 Sky Streak Engineers. The card played out fine. It wasn't mind-blowing anyway. 1/3, as we saw in some of these later games, is just not a strong enough body to hold off attackers. But once we can power it up with the exhaust in the late game, it is a threat to contend with. 3 damage in the air each time. In that second to last game where we won with just 1 life left, it's a clock. 3/5 flyer is indeed a clock. The Spell Pierce actually held up decently well. It was harder to hold up mana for counter spells versus interaction. I think that was just part of the variance. We didn't have both at the same time when it would have been really nice. Scrap Compactor did fine. Only got to really use it once, but it worked well. Fang Guardian really overperformed. I thought this was a really good card in our deck. Hazard of the Dunes, fantastic as always. Trip Up did okay. Sabotage Strategist, I was impressed with. I think it was just too confusing for our opponent. It might not work as well in higher queues, but it did well. Veteran Beast Rider did okay the one time we were able to cast it. Roadside Blowout did fine. Flood the Engine, we didn't really see. The Guidelight Optimizer was good with paying for exhaust abilities. And of course, these 2 are just chonkers that get us good value. Overall, supreme verdict for this deck. We had a solid curve with some early interactive spells and just good blockers to feel out the early game, as well as fairly solid top end. Like I said, this was built as a tempo deck, and I really felt it when we're bouncing a creature, getting in for some damage. The second to last game, just winning on 1 life by bouncing a creature at the last moment to sneak in damage, that's what I thrive on. I love living on the edge like that. The verdict for this deck has to be that it came out altogether fairly well, considering how mishmashy the draft was. I think there's good mono blue shell somewhere in there. Definitely needs some higher top end, but if you can get just like splashing either some of these more expensive card draw spells or some of these expensive like big bodies, I think there's a home in this set for Mono Blue, which I'm happy about. This draft format seems really deep and complex. I'm excited to learn more about it with you all. But as always, that's the end of our draft, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Hey you! Yeah, you! Don't go away just yet. Watch another video. Yeah, that one. Click that one right there.